asking me.
My number 7 top 10 this year was Genshin Impact.
Nice.
And I really enjoyed my time with that game. Like the combat felt fluid, it felt fun, it felt exciting. I enjoyed every minute of combat that I experienced. I thought the world was really gorgeous and beautiful and well created. I loved how they stole from Breath of the Wild. Like I love that they did that. Well, and that's another thing too, which I'll probably have to talk about Valhalla, but I loved how they stole from that game, and they did a great job with it too. Like it wasn't like a wonky rendition of what Breath of the Wild did. Like it felt like Breath of the Wild, and
Absolutely.
man, that was a AAA 10, right? That was a game that was claimed, as like a masterpiece. And Genshin Impact did a great job of like duplicating it, and I just was blown away by how well that they made that game similar to Breath of the Wild and how it felt. And in my sense, sometimes it was even more fun. The combat was even more fun than Breath of the Wild was.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Like it was
adding
so
that magical
fun.
ability.
Yeah,
and stuff like
adding
that
the magical
made a
ability
difference.
like made a huge difference. Like I don't want to dog Breath of the Wild in any way, right?
Yeah,
but it's like it's true. Like there are some aspects about Genshin that were more fun.
Absolutely.
The combat was just a blast, Finding the chest was like a ton of fun. I really enjoyed Genshin Impact, and it's free. I mean, to me, that's probably the best free game I've ever played in my life.
Agreed.
And we have played
That's a
quite a few
solid
play
free
game,
game.
and it's
That
when we think of free games.
that's truly a free game.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
wow. I mean,
Yeah.
and they gave you so much free stuff too. Like Stone and I know we didn't even have to feel like we spend any more money than what they kind of gave us. They were very generous.
Yeah, I didn't spend a dime on that game, but
me neither.
Yeah, like
it was fun.
we talked about this already. It did get a little snubbed in the Game Awards, but Genshin Impact, man, like go out and play that already if
Must
you haven't
play, dude.
already.
For mobile and PlayStation 4 and PC.
4, like it's a must play. You have to play that game. It's completely free, and you will have so much fun with it. I can't say enough good about it. Like I said, when I first heard about it, I was shopping for it, like on Amazon. I was gonna pay like $40. I thought I was gonna pay like $40 for this, and it's worth that,
Absolutely.
And I was willing to do that when I saw how awesome it was. When I found it was free, I just was flabbergasted and just couldn't wait to share it with the crew, you guys, because I was just blown away by that. So yeah, it's solid top 10 game. That's number 7 on my list.
Nice.
Yeah, I remember when I heard about it, and I was just like, "Damn, okay, that sounds like an interesting game or whatever." And then you had mentioned it, and I was like, "It's free."
It's free,
Like,
100% free.
Yeah.
Awesome.
The fact that such a full game like
And no
that
strings,
could
yeah.
be free. Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, they didn't cut like any content, so
Nope.
that's like awesome.
Yeah.
That's a good pick.
Awesome pick. So my number 7, guys, is Fall Guys.
Okay, all right. So,
So,
yours is higher on the
For a
list.
little higher than Stone.
Growing up, one of my favorite shows to watch with my family was Max Extreme Challenge.
Okay.
All right, do you guys remember that show?
It doesn't sound familiar.
I don't really
It's
call
a
it- I
show
don't
that
call
takes
that
place in Japan, and they're going down an obstacle course, and they have to go through
I
Fall
think I
Guys
know what you're talking
styles.
about.
Like
Yeah,
American
I remember
Ninja
what
or
you're
something
talking
like
about.
that?
Yep,
Yeah.
exactly. And then you win if
Yeah.
you make it to the end. So it was just a funny, awesome show to watch. So when I played Fall Guys, to me it was just Max Extreme Challenge, the video game. Now I don't think it could have released at a better time. I think that the time that it released
it's COVID.
affects
Man.
why it's on my top 10.
Yeah.
Because this was a way to connect with your friends and family.
And
This was-
laugh and have some
laugh.
fun. The bad times, yeah.
You're generally having a fun time. This shows that games don't need the graphics, but they always need the gameplay.
Right.
So the game, you're just a little, I don't know what you are, a little egg man or woman or whatever. You're just a little avatar that has no life,
Marshmallow
but
guy.
you are the life. You
Right.
make the game fun. And it's just, to its core, it's an awesome game. To me, there's nothing wrong with the game. It's
They
a
nailed the
cheap game.
physics, man, because it's hilarious.
Yeah.
The physics are one of the funniest parts.
Absolutely. When you
Yeah.
fall, when you
Yeah,
flail
it's
around, when you
hilarious.
bump into people, it's a cluster.
The finesse of hitting like one of those whirlwinds or something like that, like one of those blockers, right? And then it projects
nicks you
forward
too,
or
right?
something.
Yeah. The game, the controls feel good, and the game was only, I said $14.99, but it was actually $20 on Steam. So I got the game for free on PlayStation Network,
Right.
and it was so fun that I bought it also
You want
on
to give them
Steam.
some money, right? Yeah.
So I
for
bought
sure.
it on Steam, and it was $20 well worth spent. As Marcus said before, they add season passes. They're doing, they're making the game feel fresh.
Mm-hmm.
They're adding new things. They're making new skins for levels.
I
So
wonder if they got a Christmas theme.
I think so. There's a season 3, so I think it is winter themed, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay, run around with some Santa hats or something. That'd be kind of cool.
So this was a wonderful game. It really set a wonderful time, and I really had a lot of fun playing it. My wife even played it with me. I played it with Godly Sovereign. I played it with Wilson.
Played it with Squid.
Danny Boy, Squid. Squid really liked it. He ponied up some money. He bought I think the banana suit, the hot dog. He bought the little package.
Yeah.
It was just a cheapy little game. Throw a couple bucks, have a good time. It's all laughs and
the surprise of the year, man.
Yeah,
for sure.
It was a shock.
Yeah, it was like came out of nowhere.
Especially when they mentioned it, it was kind of like, "What's this?"
I was gonna look like a little bit like a joke. Like, come on, dude.
Yeah, but it's like, oh, it's free. You know what? I think I'll give it a try.
And in the moment you try, you're just having a blast. Like everyone was having a ball with it. I don't know how well it's long. I think it's already suffering a little bit its longevity. Like it's kind of falling a little bit off the map, which is what I was worried about when we first talked about the season passes and stuff.
Yeah.
But man, it just struck gold at the right exact moment in time. Yep. It gave people something fun to do, something to laugh at, and it just took you away from this, rotten world right now. Yeah. So, it's worth being on a lot of people's lists for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
So what about
so my 7 is actually Jedi Fallen Order.
Okay,
nice.
So the reason why it made 7 for me is because of mostly like how I played the game. I got the game, off of the Game Pass and the EA Play that they had introduced. And then, playing it on an Xbox One, not like a One X or a 1S or anything like that. You know what I mean? My experience with it was kind of choppy. You know what I mean? It felt like the graphics weren't there at all. It felt like there was a lot of things that could have been done better as far as like how it looked and stuff like that. But as far as like the gameplay, the combat, twirling the lightsabers, stuff like that, I thought it was an awesome game. I had fun definitely traversing, wall running. The only thing I wish that would have been different was that I didn't have to go to like a specific spot on the map that had that same scenario in order for me to trigger my mental I guess my cognitive ability or whatever to then go, hey, I can wall run. You know what I mean? Like, dude, I passed like 4 walls that I could have ran.
Yeah, that was annoying when that happened.
So
you didn't really know that would happen. You're kind of confused what's going on.
Right, because it's like, okay, damn, I can't run on walls or anything like that, or like I'm stuck here, so I have to go around. And then it's like, I go to this specific spot and I touch this thing, and then now I know how to wall run. So that was kind of annoying how they like forced like introductions to them, because it seems like you would just come across that and then maybe go to that past scenario and then remember how to wall run, not like it's over in this area on this side of the map.
I agree.
Go there and
I was like totally lost
just
too.
because of also like
memory triggers were really weird.
Yeah, and then you don't have like, you have like a goal, but the idea of the game is that you can get there through like different pathways and stuff like that. But if you don't pick the right proper pathway, it's going to be real difficult for you, because you're going to probably be doing a lot of back, going back and retracing your steps and stuff like that. But if they had guided you to that area, you know what I mean? Boom, immediately showed it to you. You have it, and then now you have open terrain access. And granted, you have to go to different planets to learn other abilities to then come back and then traverse those areas. That's all fine and dandy. But don't show me the stuff that's already here, but I have to go to a specific spot just to be able to do all those things,
Just trigger it, man.
Right? Yeah. Just give it to me, and then let me experience it all.
It was also a very good-looking game. Like, it looked really good. The art direction and the graphics and stuff. I know you're playing on a one.
Yeah,
but it looked
I see where
really
they were
good,
going.
Right? Like they were trying to do
I mean,
Uncharted 3 level kind of like they were trying to do that.
Yeah, I mean, definitely. The dude, I forgot his name. The main character, Cal.
Cal.
He looked exactly like the person who plays him. So that was cool, you know what I mean? Because it looked just like him. And, and all the other characters and stuff, they look like cool characters. But like I said, my graphics were definitely not detailed. There were some moments where I was like, oh, this looks kind of good. Like, it looks like they added a little bit extra to this cutscene or to like, a certain part of a scene in game, while playing it, Cal looks a little bit better than normal,
Right.
but then he begins to like kind of like phase and look all like distorted or whatever, or not in focus or whatnot.
Yeah.
But
I mean, I had a little bit different experience because I played it on the Pro.
right.
And I do remember, man, like the moment I was like, man, this is really cool. Like this feels really good. This is really, really good.
You played it on the PS4 Pro?
I put it on the Pro. You put
Okay.
it on the one. So I mean, like I
Right.
said, I know I'm telling you the graphics were good, but I know it might have been different for you on your one.
Right, yeah, that's why it goes.
Mhm.
I mean, it's a little higher. It's actually higher than yours.
Yeah.
But it was because I had a good experience with it. You know, I didn't pay anything for the game because it was on Game Pass, so
Right.
that also helps.
Right.
You know what I mean? But
sure.
I definitely thought that the combat, it took a little bit getting used to. It was slightly wonky in some ways, but you just had to kind of like figure it out and finesse it. You know what I mean? But once you start getting powers and abilities, then the combat begins to get a little bit different.
Yeah.
And it starts to get fun. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? When you can just do a force push, or you can grab somebody, or you can, throw your sabers. You know what I mean? That type of stuff was where you really started
Definitely.
feeling like a
Mhm.
Jedi and things like that. And they had like some platforming aspects in there that were a little tricky, man. Like going
puzzles,
down the slides and then
Mhm.
having to like leap from a slide to another slide that has current
Mhm.
turns and stuff like that. Like there was sometimes they were getting frustrating, man. Where just trying to like get from one slide to the next
Trying to
slide without
remember-
falling off the edge.
and like remembering the sequence too.
Yeah,
right?
it's just like it was just rough, but
Mhm.
I felt like it was a good game. Like it was a solid
Yeah.
game, and that's why it got number 7
Yeah.
on my
It
list.
was a cool game.
Yeah, so I mean, if you guys have a chance, you got Game Pass, like download it. Yeah, it's the full game, so it's free 99. So
Yeah.
why not?
I love you, me.